Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to YCB sessions. So, while the practitioner is doing this abhyasa, while he is practicing this stillness to make his mind calm, he might go through some obstacles. Obstacle is nothing but something which is going to stop your practice. What are those obstacles? There are 9 obstacles: Vyadhi, Sthana, Samshaya, Pramadha, Alasya, Abhirati, Bhranti Darshana, Alapta Bhumikatva, Anavastitva. So, Vyadhi, that means if the person is falling sick. Sthana, if the person is very lazy in his mind, he is not able to think properly, very rigid, he is not something. Say, suppose if you go there and if you see him that he is practicing something wrong, and if you are trying to correct him, he won't agree. He will say, what I am doing, I am right. So, Sthana, he is not ready to change his pattern of thinking, mental laziness. Samshaya, when he is in doubt. When a person is in doubt, he can't move forward. Either he has to clear the doubt or remove the doubt entirely in his mind. So, if he is in doubt also, the practice also won't go further. Next, carelessness, pramada, carelessness or procrastination. Procrastination in the sense, you didn't have doubt. You are not suffering from the disease, but while practicing, you doesn't know whether you are practicing it correctly or not. You have self-doubt about yourself. I am doing something, let it go on. I don't know whether I will receive it or not. It's okay. I will keep on following. So, procrastination. Alasya, laziness in mental as well as physical. Avirati, excessive sense attraction. Avirati in the sense attaching too much to the sensual pleasures, whichever sensual pleasure, either listening melodious songs or eating good food. So don't develop too much sensual attraction. Bhranti Darshana. Bhranti Darshana means hallucinations. Hallucinations in the sense you think that you have reached the state when you haven't reached also. So Bhranti, Kala. So you just think that everything is true. Whatever you are seeing is true. But the reality is you have not even go one step further, but you still feel that I have reached to my end state. So Bhranti Darshana, hallucination. Alapta Bhumikatva, non-attainment of the firm state. That means you have started a practice. It will take some time. While doing this practice, sometimes there might be a time that you are suffering too much mentally, you are suffering too much physically, and surrounding people, they are telling you, please stop the practice, you need not practice it. What are you going to earn by doing all these practices? You have left your family, you have left your kids, you have left your job, please don't do this practice. That means if some external people or someone comes and then he will if they are telling you not to do, you will stop that practice. That means you are not having firm grounds, you are not at all strong in your own target, you are not at all strong in your own decision. That is firm, you are not at all stable in your thoughts. Anvastitva, inability to retain an achieved state. You might have reached a state, but you don't want to, but you don't know how to protect that particular state. So that's why people say getting success is very easy. I mean, you might have worked hard to reach a state. You might be a very successful woman, you might be a very successful person, successful man. After reaching success, you should maintain that state. Maintaining that state is very difficult because no one should again point out that this is that particular thing. Anvastitva, inability to retain an achieved state, you should always maintain those standards. So these are the 9 antaryayas which you might be facing while doing your abhyasa. What is abhyasa you are doing? You have started practicing to make your mind still. You are removing all the vritti. Slowly you are removing your vrittis. While removing the vrittis, you might face all these 9 obstacles. These are known as 9 antaryayas. So please remember these 9 names. They might ask you in bits, and also 2 minutes you need to talk a subject, right? At that time, they might be asking you. Next comes Vikshepa Sahabhuvasa. Vikshepa Sahabhuvasa, the symptoms that accompany antaryas. So now we explained about obstacles. What are the obstacles you might be getting? And how this obstacle will be seen, or how do you identify that you are really going through an obstacle? How do you find out, okay, I am going through that practice, and how to identify if something is really happening, or what are the symptoms? So the symptoms are these antaryayas are known as vikshepa sahabhuvas. What is mean by vikshepa sahabhuvas? Symptoms that accompany antaryayas. It could be four types. Dukha, pain and suffering. One of these things, the first one we say disease, right? So the first one was disease. In disease, your body will be suffering with pain. So that is dukkha. Second one, daud manasya, depression. If something is wrong and your mind is not good, and if you are thinking too much, you might go through depression. That is known as daud manasya. Manas, your manas is not good. Daud, it is facing some dukkha. That is known as daud manasya. That is mental thing. Dukkha is physical thing. Second one is daud manasya. Angame jayatva. Sometimes you will feel very restlessness. At that time also, it is a symptom that some obstacle is coming. Fourth one, shwasa prashwasa. That is irregular breathing. There won't be uniform breathing. Either you will be breathing too high or you will be breathing too low. There is no uniform pattern. So these are the four symptoms of antaryayas. Dukkha, daud manasya, angame jayatva, shwasa prashwasa. Both are same. Swam in the sense, these two words combine into one term, shwasa prashwasa. These four are known as vikshepa sahabhuvas. So how to overcome these antaryayas? First we said what is meant by chitta. Five states of chitta bhumis we discussed. Then we discussed about vrittis. What are the vrittis? Then from vrittis we found out that how to stop these vrittis with the help of abhyasa and vairagya. To do abhyasa, some things will be coming in the middle, that is known as antaryayas. And how to identify antaryayas with the help of vikshepa sahabhuvasa. And how to overcome these antaryayas? These are symptoms of antaryayas. How to overcome this? Ekatattva abhyasa. How to overcome antaryayas? Ekatattva abhyasa. If you are doing ekatattva abhyasa, then you can overcome the antaryayas. Again, at this stage, I will discuss this one and we will stop here, last one. So, how to overcome antarayas? Ekatattva abhyasa. How to practice that one? We need to practice this one with the help of Chitta Prasadanam. Chitta, that is mind, which we discussed. Prasadanam, that is pleasantness of our mind. We should always keep our mind very pleasant. How to keep our mind very pleasant? Of course, in the morning you wake up, you have made up in the night itself while sleeping, you made up your mind that today, entire day, I am going to be very pleasantful. I am not going to think about any bad things. I am not going to resent about anything. Resent in the sense, I am not going to be angry on anyone. Whatever is going to happen, I will make up my mind very pleasant. I won't think about anything. Okay, very good. Morning you woke up, you have taken bath, had some good food. You were walking on the road, your school was just a little bit away, and suddenly one car was coming from the opposite side, and that car, it did a sudden brake, and there was a gutter in that road. You were wearing a white shirt, that entire dirt came and fell off on your face as well as on your shirt. Your white shirt has become brown. At that time, your reaction will be like, you will start scolding that person. You start scolding that particular person, that why he has do you have eyes or not? How can you take the car in this way, this speed, etc., etc., etc. So here it will happen to each and every human being. So how to keep that mind pleasantful? He has given 4 ways. If you are in very happiness, so if you are seeing a person in front of you who is very happy, try to be friendly with that happy. Happy means surrounding every person, there will be many people. As a person, you might be surrounded, or you might be in a situation where different kinds of people will be there. If a person in front of you is very happy, be friend with him. Talk nicely with him. Find out his goodness. Find out why he is happy so much. You wish him. You tell him that you can reach still more heights. You be so happy and express your happiness with him. Be very friendly. Whereas If you see a person in front of you, who is very sad, he is not having food to eat, he is feeling very pain because of something's happened in your home. Something, if you see a person who is in a sorrow, you show compassion, karuna. You tell him that don't worry. Always things will keep on changing. Please don't worry, my friend. If not today, tomorrow you will be in a very better position. Leave all the things to the God. Be happy. Don't worry about that one. Please have some good positive thoughts. Like that, you show some karuna on that particular person. And the other type of person is, if you see a person who is doing some virtuous deeds, that means he is doing some donation, or he is giving some food, annadana, then go and share his happiness with him. Tell him that you are such a very good person, you are doing such good things, it is really necessary in this world. You express that happiness. Muditam means a flower, but express the happiness. And apunya, if you see a person who is doing adharma, then indifference, don't look at him. You come out of, you please go on your way. Don't look at that person. He indifferent. You please don't concentrate that person. Don't show any friendliness. Don't show any compassion. So this is how our prasadanam, our chitta, our mind should be there. So if they ask you what are the 4 different ways a person can treat to another person, or how our mind could be, it could be 4 things. Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upeksha. These are the 4 ways which we can express our happiness and sorrow with the people surrounding others. So I will stop over here.